Today we are going to be playing on my brand new 6'10" Kevin Durant build in NBA 2K23. To start this video off, I'm going to show you guys how to make the build, and then we're going to have some gameplay afterwards. Some of it's going to be in the rec center, and then some of it is going to be in the park, but you don't want to miss either because we got insane gameplay on this build. But with all of that out of the way, let's get started, man. Let's go. All right, so in order to make this build, we're going to make it at the small forward position. We're going to go with the height 6'10", weight 207 pounds with a 7'1" wingspan and a compact body shape. For the finishing, you're gonna get an 82 close shot, 84 driving layup, and an 86 driving dunk, which is gonna get you that limitless takeoff on gold. And then we also got you an 80 post control, which is going to get you most of the post scoring badges on gold, except for post spin technician, which you will get on Hall of Fame. And then when it comes to the shooting, we're gonna get you a 90 mid range, which is gonna get you green machine on Hall of Fame. And then we're gonna get you an 89 3-point rating, which will get you agent threes on gold. This is a Kevin Durant build, man. We have to max out the mid-range. If it's not maxed out, it's not a KD build. I'm sorry. I've seen so many builds that has the mid-range at like a 73 on a Kevin Durant build. Now moving on to the playmaking, we're gonna get you just a 70 pass accuracy, an 80 ball handle, and a 65 speed with ball. If you want to try and go for the 75 pass accuracy to get you some better passing styles, you absolutely can, but I don't find that stuff necessary. Moving on to the defense. Now this is gonna be the weakest part of the build, let's be honest. When it comes to Kevin Durant, he's a good perimeter defender, and that's about it. So we're gonna get you a 70 rating on your interior defense, your block, as well as your defensive rebound, and then your perimeter defense will be at a 79. So with all that being said, here is the build fully maxed out. Again, this is probably one of the more accurate Kevin Durant builds, which means it's not gonna be as competitively viable considering the defense is not too great and the strength is not that high. But overall, this build is an offensive beast, as you're going to see in the gameplay today. When it comes to your takeover options, you have sharpshooting, shot creating, lock, and post-scoring takeovers as your options. For the takeovers that I ended up choosing, I went primary takeover pull-up precision and secondary takeover ankle-breaking shots. So now the build is complete. You're going to come out of the My Player Builder and get the player comparisons of Brandon Ingram, Sean Elliott, and Michael Porter Jr. And you're going to get the build name Sharpshooter. Now let's get to these gameplays, man. Let's go. All right, so this first game starts getting very toxic very quickly. We start hitting them with the easy buckets, but then since we had an AI on our team, the double teams started coming very quickly. I'm trying to combo up here. We get past both of them and we get the dunk. Right here, we're playing defense. They're gonna get a steal right here. I'm out in transition. They're gonna catch up to me though, but we're gonna hit this with the bounce pass to the big man. He's gonna drive all the way and get the bucket. And as you're gonna see right here, we're coming up the court. Here comes 32 with the blue shoes, and here comes this twin with the red hair, and they're doubling me, and I gotta pass out this ball, passing it to the big man, and we're gonna cut over to the right hash a little bit. He passes it back out to me, and before the double team can come back, I'm immediately pulling that shot. That's gonna happen a lot in this game. It's gonna happen right here. Get the inbound before the double team could get near me. I'm fading from three consistently on this build, and now we're getting double teamed again. And the best way to beat a double team is to take them losers in the post, hit them with the post hop shot, and get that easy bucket. Now, even though I've mentioned there is an AI on the team, I know there's gonna be people saying, bro, you're getting doubled. Pass the ball, bro. All right, fine, here it is right here. Passing it to the power forward on the cut, and he gets the bucket. You know what? That's another thing I want to bring up. I was the only person on this team that could shoot, and as you can see right there, we're hitting hop back threes. You know, part of me felt obligated making this Kevin Durant build because pretty much all of the animations that I use are Kevin Durant. I use the KD dribble pull-up, I use the KD hop jumper, and I use the Kevin Durant base when I make my stretch bigs. So like, I felt obligated. Look at this again right here. Hit him with hop jumper to get some space, and that's another green. And again, the moment I get this ball, I know I'm getting the double team, so I hit him with one move behind the back, and we get the easy lay right here. That first game was very frustrating because we pretty much got double teamed the entire time, but that doesn't happen as much in the rest of the gameplays as you're going to see from here on out. Now we're going to take him in the post, and we're going to hit him with the easy post hop shot. This gets contested because somebody comes and plays help defense out of nowhere, but this build is a shot creator, and since we have that 90 mid range, we can hit crazy shots like that. We still look decent playmaker, as you can see right there. All right, you know what? Never mind. I'm still gonna get double teamed in all these games. I totally forgot, but you know what? Listen, it's gonna be perfectly fine because none of these guys can hold me, bro. I am unstoppable when I'm on a Kevin Durant build right here. I'm getting pressed, hit him with the spin, goes straight to the basket. It's just too easy, bro. Right here, we get him with a little behind the back, shot clock winding down. We get the buzzer beater to go in. Does that even count as a buzzer beater? Because there was still like plenty of time left on the clock, but it was definitely gonna be the final play of the game. But listen, man, you can hit a shot from any spot on the court when you're using this build. You can get ankle breakers too, and we're still hitting fades from 3-point land. It's just a super fun build, bro. Now listen, this is probably one of the few builds that like I've played on that are like an NBA player build, and I felt exactly like that NBA player. The amount of shots that I can make on this build are absolutely insane, and I'm already super comfortable with all of the default like Kevin Durant animations. One of my favorite Sidestep Escape packages from last year's Kevin Durant, and we can actually use that on this build. So I pretty much get all of the animations that I really like anyways, since I'm pretty comfortable with using the Kevin Durant animations. So that just makes this build even easier to use. Can time the Kevin Durant fade with no problem. I use the KD hop jumper. That's literally my go-to on every build. Now let's get to these park gameplays. Now listen, while we're doing the park gameplays, let's actually talk about Kevin Durant. This is something new I'm gonna do towards the end of like NBA player build videos, is that towards the second half of the vid, we're gonna kind of just talk about the player. So listen, Kevin Durant is definitely one of my favorite players, absolutely. But there's definitely that one thing that is sticking out on Kevin Durant's career that's gonna put him beneath some other all-time greats, which is, well, he only really got rings when he was on one of the greatest teams ever assembled, which was the Golden State Warriors. So until he could fix that, until he could win a championship with another team that didn't have as stacked of a roster as the Golden State Warriors, I don't know, it's gonna get kind of tough. But look at my boy Spray comboing up right here, hit him with the nice little dunk. But listen, okay, let me get focused here. Okay, I'm getting out of focus right here. We're talking about Kevin Durant. We're not talking about Spray. We're talking about Kevin Durant. All right, listen. Great score. But listen, here's my thing. When it comes to playmaking, there are definitely times where he's late to realizing help defense is coming. I think there was a game last year where Milwaukee was playing against Brooklyn and KD could not see that there was a wide open cutter. I believe it was Goran Dragic at the time they were playing. It was like a couple seconds left in the game, and he ends up trying to take a final game winner or game tying shot over Drew Holiday and Giannis as Giannis is coming in with late help D, but he had a wide open cutter in Goran Dragic going straight to the paint with nobody else being there. So it would have been an easy bucket and probably would have won the game, but he just didn't see it. And this has just been a main problem with Kevin Durant for quite a while now, is that sometimes when it comes to playmaking out of double teams, he's not as elite as some of the other players he's mentioned with in the top conversations for top players in the NBA. That's just my opinion. Some people will disagree and say he's an elite playmaker, what this and whatnot, but I think that's definitely one of the weaker spots offensively for his game. And then when it comes to defense, I lightly mentioned it earlier on in this video, I do not think he is as good of a defender as many people would state. He's not that super elite rim protector that a lot of people thought he was when he was in Golden State. That was primarily just because of the system that he was getting put in. And you know what, since I've already talked about it a lot, let's bring it back to the Golden State Warriors when he was with Golden State. I gotta say, listen, I know we've had this conversation a lot back and forth over the past couple of months, but let's be real here. Coaches have said it. Most people would agree. Curry was the first option offensively. Curry was the first player they tried to take away when it came to double teams, and they worked off of that defensively. KD was the second scoring option. I'm sorry. I know that frustrates people. I know that hurts some people's feelings that are super big Kevin Durant fans, but it's the truth. Coaches have said it. The Cleveland Cavs coach said that Kevin Durant was the secondary person they were concerned about, and Curry was number one. But I've already ran out of gameplay, so I can't talk about this much longer. So I guess that's it. I'm out. Bye.